Hi, everyone. Welcome to Habitat Now, Habitat's original video podcast. My name is Dusty, and I'm so excited to have our good friend Pam Dullum in the studio today. Pam is a house leader with us. Welcome to Habitat Now.
Thanks so much, Dusty.
Yeah, so Pam, can you explain what a Habitat house leader is or what they do?
The house leader is sort of the point of contact between Habitat staff, to some degrees contractors, but we really are the front line with the volunteers. When the volunteers come out, we know what the game plan for the day is, and we outline the tasks and get everybody moving, make sure ahead of time that we have the materials that we need, that we're prepared if there's any large groups coming out or if there's any very difficult tasks, that we know what's going to go on. So we're sort of orchestrating things.
Nice. So you're in charge, and the house leader oversees team leaders?
Right. I have anywhere from 5 to 12 team leaders who might come out on any given workday, and we might have 25 volunteers. So the team leaders are taking groups of volunteers and overseeing them or teaching them how to do certain tasks.
That's amazing. So for the record, our friend Pam is a volunteer, but she oversees the building of several homes, one at a time. But
Yes.
You've been volunteering with us since '97. Tell us what drives you to keep coming back out and building with us?
I think housing is a basic human right. So when I looked at the volunteer opportunities that are out there, and I've been very fortunate in my life. I've had good jobs and a stable home, and I looked at what I could do, and food kitchens weren't my thing, and working at the library wasn't my thing, but I like construction, and when I found I could build homes for people in need, that was a great fit.
That's fantastic. Well, we celebrate that. It's fun to get out on the slab and just be outside, especially this time of year in Arizona. This is what it's all about.
Oh, absolutely. July, not so much.
No.
Some of those mornings in January were challenging, but yes, it's great out there.
So speaking of the calendar, March is Women's History Month, and we like to celebrate every year with what we call a women build. Our schedule's a little off this year, but what can you tell us about the women build?
The focus is that it's predominantly women-sponsored, so they're putting up the cash. Predominantly women builders, and the target homeowner is a woman, typically a single mom. So we try to get that triad together to do the women build.
That's a lot of fun. I know Ann Gregerson was a sponsor, and so this year we get to honor her at Blueprints and Blue Jeans as a Habitat hero, which is exciting.
That's terrific.
Pam, any favorite stories around Women Build that you'd want to share? Any favorite memories that stand out to you?
Yeah. A number of years ago, we had a group of women come out on a build day. We happened to be doing trim, and one of the women brought a coworker, and the coworker was in marketing. And she came out, and she was petite, and I love to get women on power tools. And I took this woman next to me, and I said, "Do you want to run the miter saw?" And she said, "No, I'm afraid of the miter saw." And I said, it's really probably the safest tool to use. So got her cut and trim, and we're putting in baseboard, and I got called away to do something else. And I sort of lost track of where she was, and I came walking out of the house towards the end of the day, and she's standing with her arm up on top of the miter saw. And she's petite, so it's kind of up high. She's looking around at the top of her lungs. "Anybody need anything cut? Anybody?" So that degree of empowerment is just terrific.
That's an awesome story. I love that. What would you say to someone who's thinking about volunteering with Habitat? I assume it's on everyone's bucket list, but that might not be right. What would you say to somebody who's on the fence about that?
Habitat's a great organization for volunteering in that we don't expect anybody to have any prior knowledge or prior skill set, any tools. Come out dressed, ready to work, in clothes that you don't mind if you get dirty or paint on them. And we will show you how to do everything that needs to be done. We will provide the tools. We will show you how to operate the tools. It can be a one-day experience. It can be a continuing experience. I work with lots of people who have volunteered for 20 and 30 years. And there's a reason they keep coming back, and it is very rewarding. And I don't think a week goes by that when we're volunteering out there and working on that house that somebody doesn't come in with a problem from home and say, does anybody know how to fix this? And you know, in the scheme of things, when you look at people trying to save money and afford things and prices go up, to know that you can go and get some knowledge about how to take care of your own house or your own issues and not have to pay somebody else to do it, it gives you a lot of self-confidence and a lot of self-respect.
Yeah, we've heard from our volunteers over the years that they love the sort of the tangible or tactile experience and being able to go back even years later and say, I helped build that, and it's still there, and they can show their kids. That's pretty cool, because we get volunteers from all walks of life. We're hosting almost 12,000 volunteers a year now, which is it's a lot of fun.
I didn't realize we had that many.
So the bottom line, what we definitely want you to hear is volunteering with Habitat is a lot of fun. Pam, anything else?
No, I think that says it all.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to sit down with us and talk about what it means to volunteer with Habitat. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
That's it for today. We really appreciate you tuning in. And if you would do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this podcast out with your friends, with your family. We'd love to get the word out about the work Habitat is doing in Arizona. We call it Giving Arizona a Hand Up. We'll see you next time on Habitat Now.